Oh, wrong button. Still doing it.
It's over so fast.
Today's podcast is brought to you by itpro.tv. You can find a link in the description, which could be somewhere. But go to itpro.tv/ring for a free coupon offer.
How's it going?
Thinking Italian today, Paul.
Yeah? Lunch or dinner?
All of them, including my speakers. Including when they called it the Sonos Roam, which there's a new Sonos speaker. I thought they were calling it like the Sonos Roam.
Oh, Rome.
And I was like, wow, that's a weird name. Then I saw how they spelled it. I was like, oh, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense.
I'm not going to make fun of that.
No, I think it's a good name.
Yeah. No, I mean of your misperception of that. That's completely...
That's also nice of you.
No, I grew up reading a lot of books, and I have this pretty good vocabulary internally, but I don't know how to pronounce most of the words. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Like
because you get them from text.
Paradigm, kind of. Yeah. Is that a paradigm?
Interest. Yeah. My best example is in the 6th grade. I read this book called The Sword of Shannara, which is 726 pages long. It's a Lord of the Rings ripoff. The main character is a man named Shay, which is an Irish name. It's spelled S-H-E-A, which I, of course, in my head read as Shia. I read this whole thing, and I did it on an assignment for my teacher who thought I could handle it. She gave me 2 book report periods to write the report, and then she wanted to discuss it with me afterwards, and then she asked me a question about a character named Shay, and I said, who's Shay? The character that appears in approximately 650 of those 726 pages, that's who. So, yeah. I get it.
Yeah. Anyways, it's like 150, 60 bucks, something like that.
Yeah, 169.
Yeah.
You know, look, if you're familiar with the, I was just going to say, it's not Logitech, but I already forgot the name of what are the companies? They make those little conical.
Yeah, like Beats had one for a while.
Yeah, Beats had a pill, I think it was called, and it's one called Boom, maybe, or I don't remember.
Yeah, UE Boom or something, whatever that company is. Yeah,
anyway, it looks like that. But it's, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It does. I have the Move, which is that really big 6-pound kind of semi-portable speaker that has batteries, but it's really for using around the house, like take it out in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
This one is obviously slip in your backpack, take it on a trip, whatever.
Yep.
I can't wait to try that. But the thing it does, if you're familiar with Sonos, and Brad is, but if other people aren't, it has this like a true tone, a true sound. I think it's called True Sound or something. But you have to walk around with a phone and be like, it does boop 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 boop, and then you kind of calibrate it for the room. But when you get to portable speakers, of course, what you want is automatic calibration.
Yep.
So the Move, which I have, does it over Wi-Fi, which is what Bluetooth or Sonos is based on. It also has Bluetooth capabilities. It doesn't do it for Bluetooth. So one of the big innovations, I guess, in the Roam is it does it for Bluetooth as well. So if you're out in the world, it will actually calibrate the sound automatically based on your environment. So that sounds pretty cool.
It looks like they took a Sonos Arc and just like sawed off a section.
Yes.
Put some caps on it and called it a day.
Well, I mean, like the Sonos Move is surprisingly big. It's, it's bigger than a 1. So it's kind of like if they made a Sonos 3, it would be like that size. And the Sonos Roam looks just like a little, it's a little cone-shaped thing. It's nice.
You're nice.
We'll see. We'll see how it sounds, but
yeah. So that was the big thing. There was also an Xbox update.
Actually, there were several Xbox updates. I don't understand. This is a problem Microsoft gets into. They have names for things, and they're like, we have a March 2021 Xbox update. And you hear that and you think, well, it's like a dashboard update or something, right? And it's not. It's actually a set of updates. Some apply to some of the consoles. Some apply to all the, the supported consoles, Xbox One and Series X and S. So, some of it's for Xbox app across multiple platforms, like including Windows and mobile. It's just like a couple of little updates here and there, confusing.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of that stuff rolling out. Partially, I think, well, some of their hand was like, I don't know, they were up against the wall, right? They had to push out that the headset update that's coming because
that's one of the ones. Yeah,
those things start shipping next week. My credit card actually got hit yesterday for one. So, and there's actually people online who were able to like walk into a Best Buy and just grab one. So
nice.
Yeah. Be on the lookout for if you pre-order that stuff here. $107, I think, after tax here in America.
Well, I mean, unlike Surface headphones, where I had a really negative knee-jerk reaction to the price in each case, this time it's like, yeah, $100. That sounds about right. You know, I mean, we'll see if the quality matches that price point, but it seems like it does, right? I mean, just from a distance.
Yeah, we'll find out. That's kind of like the big unknown, right?
Yeah.
And Chromebook turned 10.
I know.
10?
I think I still have a CR48, which was that first prototype Chromebook that Google gave out. If I don't, it's possible I got rid of it like maybe when I moved, but I bet it's still in my cellar. But yeah, it's come a long way. I forgot how weird it looked. The Google post had some shots of what the original UI looked like, and it was basically just a full screen browser with tabs at the top, super old fashioned looking. And there was like a menu that kind of popped down from the top that let you access, you know, Google apps or things, like web apps you pinned to it or whatever. But that was the whole thing. Like everything was full screen, you know. And I know people, there's, especially on our site, you know, any tech enthusiast site, a lot of people kind of deride Chromebook for whatever reason. But those things have really come a long way. It's actually kind of impressive.
Yeah. The other thing too is that Google hasn't like given up on it, right? They turn and burn a lot of things, and for a product to survive 10 years inside of Google,
well, it's been successful, right? And this is another thing people kind of dispute because they never see them out in the world for some reason. But like these things dominate in education, and it's not just the United States. I mean, there's all these like weird misconceptions or whatever about Chromebook, but it's, you know, we know, for example, last year it was 10% of the market. It was bigger than the Mac by unit sales. I mean, so. You know, it's a thing, folks. You know, it's like, I'm sorry if you don't see them on the subway, but or wherever you're going, but it is a thing. You know.
Yeah, I mean, kind of makes you wonder if Chromebook didn't exist, would we've ever seen Windows RT, Windows 10s, maybe, or even potentially Windows 10X?
Like, I mean, what would have skewed Windows in some direction if Chromebook didn't exist? You know, it's kind of hard to say. Like Windows 8 obviously had that massive overreaction to multi-touch and mobile devices and everything. And I don't know, maybe Windows RT might have existed just because it was like a mobile device version of, you know, just putting it on a different platform, I guess. But it's hard to say.
Yeah, you could probably make the argument that Windows RT came about too also because of the iPad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it was a reaction to that. But maybe the problem with Apple kind of prices themselves out of certain markets, and even though they had a historical foothold in education, I mean, the iPads are a little surge. I don't think there's a lot of success stories with iPad in education. I don't think that's a big thing. And when Google comes in with these devices and they cost like $150 to $500 or whatever, it's like, yep, you know, kind of it's a computer with a keyboard. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, people know how to use this. It's got an everything button,
web.
Paul.
Yep. No, it's smart. It's a smart product.
Other smart things you should consider is going on over to itpro.tv because it is a skills development platform addressing the global IT skills gap, providing online training for IT professionals at every stage of their career, I should say, with training that's more like a talk show. IT pros watch more and learn more with an affordable and convenient and better than classroom experience. Head on over to itpro.tv/ring because that's a good place.
Ring.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know why I question that every time you say it.
Because if you like it, you want to put a ring on it or whatever that song is.
That's right. Yeah.
Things that are ringing the bell for the last time is Edge is officially no longer supported. Still used on the Xbox, though.
Yeah, that's going to end, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, does anyone really mourn this? I mean, I guess I hear from people occasionally who are like, oh, it was better on tablets or something, and yeah, and who knows? I'd have to go back and really look at it. It had some unique and weird tab management functionality. Remember, you could set tabs aside, and you know, now we have different ways of managing tabs, obviously. But I feel like the weird, quirky, unique stuff that Edge had is either unnecessary or has been added to the new Edge, right? I mean, I think I can't imagine there's any volume of people out there or companies. Like, can you imagine like there are companies out there that have based their business on web apps that somehow were specially tailored for this legacy browser? Like it's possible, but I mean, I just can't I just don't think this isn't like Windows 7. You know, it's like it's like whatever.
Pretty sure Internet Explorer is still supported, I think.
Yeah, because it's part of Windows. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like people are like, well, yeah, they support IE 11 or whatever it is. That thing's been around for years. Why wouldn't they support this? And it's like, because it's been upgraded. You
Yeah.
know, it's not a different product. You know, I mean, it is literally, but I mean, as far as an OS component, it slots in and replaces it. You know, when Microsoft comes up with a new version of the Mail app, you know, this year, hopefully, and it's a completely different code base, maybe it has a different look and feel, whatever. You understand they're not going to keep the other one around, right? Like they're replacing it. Like it's the same thing. I don't know, but people get burned about this stuff for some reason.
Yeah, well, I don't know, it's gone. It kind of made me jump back into memory lane because I wrote up some stuff around that time about before we knew what was happening called IE12, like it's going to have a new UI. Microsoft appears to be forking the engine.
Right. It was Project Spartan, wasn't that the name of it?
Yeah, IE12 is what we called it before we knew Spartan existed, and then Spartan, and here we are.
Yeah, I mean, they did some unique things, but I mean, you know, they got caught up in that Windows 10 lifecycle problem or support lifecycle problem, and it's ironic because for most things with the Windows 10 support or upgrade path is too fast.
Yeah.
But for a browser, it's too slow. In fact, we just saw Chrome is going to a 4-week development path, so it's getting even faster.
Yeah, it really is, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
kind of crazy. It's Wednesday. I was about to say it was Thursday.
Oh man, I wish.
Yeah.
I just want every week to end. It's not a healthy way to be, right? You shouldn't wish. It's like, I wish I was, you know, retired, or it was 10 years now, or however you want to say it. And it's like, do you? Do you really want that? Yeah.
Do you really want to just, you know, the one last final shutdown to arrive?
Right. I don't know what it is, but I can't get off the couch.
Well, you should get off the couch and head on over to itpro.tv/ring because they sponsored today's podcast. We very much appreciate that. And we'll catch all of you right back here next time. Or tomorrow.
Yeah.